Every time you say yes when you mean no, every decision you soften to avoid conflict, you're not building connection, you're eroding your credibility. Your team already knows it. I'm Dr. Kara, a licensed psychotherapist and leadership strategist with 25 years working with executives across 4 continents. I need to tell you something I lived before I could teach it. If you ever walked out of a meeting feeling tight, like you said everything except the thing that mattered, this is for you. Stay with me because there's one sentence that changed how I lead forever. Today, I'll show you the hidden costs you're paying, the pattern you don't see, the shift that recalibrates respect instantly. There was a stretch in my leadership where I thought everything was fine. Meetings were smooth, no one pushed back, no visible tension. I took that as evidence that I was doing it well. But I'd leave those same meetings feeling tight. You know that feeling. Drop a tight in the comments if you've ever felt that. And if you want to help catching yourself in these moments before you walk out contracted again, I built my virtual mind for exactly that. The link's in the description. One meeting stands out. A pattern had been surfacing. Missed ownership, slipping timelines. Everyone in the room knew it. Instead of saying, "This cannot continue," I said something softer, something collaborative, something that sounded emotionally intelligent. The room relaxed. I walked out contracted. That's the part we don't talk about. The room relaxes, you contract. Do that enough times. Step around the truth enough meetings in a row, your body starts keeping a tally. Sunday night dread that has nothing to do with your actual workload. Scrolling through your phone after a successful meeting because something still feels unresolved. Replaying the conversation on your drive home. Rewriting what you should have said. Your body is trying to tell you, we just betrayed ourselves again. The wild part, you'll do it again tomorrow because the alternative, saying the hard thing, feels more dangerous than the slow erosion of your credibility. Here's what happens next. Ignore that contraction long enough and you start losing something quietly. High performers stop bringing you the real issues. Standards become suggestions. You start working harder for influence that used to come naturally. That's the hidden cost, erosion. Remember that sentence I told you about? We'll get there soon. But first, you need to understand why this happens. You're in a meeting. Half of your brain is on the actual problem. The other half is on running a real-time focus group. Did that land okay? Is Sarah annoyed? Why is Mark frowning? Is that about me or is it just his face? You're performing a one-person show called Please Still Think I'm Competent. Also very nice. But no one's buying the tickets. This has nothing to do with leadership. It has everything to do with approval. When you're anchored in your own worth, you stop managing how you're being perceived. Managing perception feels productive, but it's actually control. Most of it isn't even yours. What finally interrupted that pattern for me was structure. That tight feeling after meetings, like a text message notification. You know when your phone is buzzing, but you don't immediately respond to it. You look at it. That contraction was a buzz, except I ignored it for months. Like when your check engine light comes on, you think, that's probably fine. The car still moves. But it was not fine. So I paused. I call it RPR, receive. Just notice the urge to smooth, the urge to soften, the urge to make sure that everyone still liked me when I walked out the room. Then perceive. Where is this coming from? Is this about the team's actual need or is this about my discomfort with someone being disappointed in me? That question hit harder than I expected. Most of the time, it was about me wanting to feel approved. When your leadership is tied to approval, you start shrinking without realizing it. You think you're being kind, but you're becoming unclear. And unclear leadership creates anxiety. So here's the sentence. The next time the pattern showed up, I said, I care about this team. This pattern needs to change. No apology, no cushioning, no over-explaining. I waited. That pause felt longer than it probably was because I could feel my body wanting to soften it, but I didn't. Nothing fell apart. The room recalibrated. Respect recalibrates rooms. Being liked regulates them temporarily. If you consistently leave meetings feeling tight, if you replay conversations because you know you diluted your own clarity, if you're exhausted from being the understanding one, that's self-abandonment in a leadership costume. It's hard to admit, Well, at least it was for me. I pride myself on connection. I built a whole framework around it. But here's what I had to face. I was protecting myself from feeling like the bad guy, protecting myself from the discomfort of someone being disappointed in me, protecting myself from the fear that if I wasn't universally liked, I wasn't safe in my role. The cost of all that protection, I stopped being present. I was so busy managing how I might be perceived that I wasn't actually there for the people in front of me. Connection without clarity becomes performance, and your team can feel the difference. They may still like you, they just won't fully trust you. And trust is what creates followership. Like is just pleasantries. So what actually changes when you stop managing perception? Your meetings get shorter. You say the thing. Your high performers re-engage. They trust that you're handling it. You stop performing your job and you start doing it. The people who only liked you because you never challenged them, they leave. That feels like loss at first until you realize you just made room for people who actually want to be led. What conversations are you currently softening? Don't fix it yet, just name it. That's your notification. That's the place where your worth is trying to anchor. Here's what happens if you keep leading this way. 6 months from now, you'll still be replaying conversations on your drive home. You'll still be walking out of meetings contracted. Your best people will have already started looking elsewhere, not because they don't like you, but because they don't trust you to lead them. That Sunday night dread, it gets heavier. That tight feeling, it becomes your baseline. You'll keep telling yourself you're being kind when you're actually abandoning yourself. I built my virtual mind because I needed a thinking partner who could catch me in these moments before I softened the truth, before I prioritized approval over integrity. This is a real-time coach trained in my framework, neuroscience, attachment theory, leadership psychology. The link is in the description. If you're done performing your leadership, check it out. You can't control how you're being received. You can control how you receive, perceive, and respond. Stop trying to control how people feel about you. Start anchoring in who you are. That's leadership.